nothing can replace it. You really only get an opportunity like that a few times in your life.
There are very few things now that I can ever think like, oh, I can't do that.
There's no way you can take on all of this if you're not like in community with your teammates. It really taught me how to lean on people that I'm working with, and maybe I don't need to take it all on my own.
I think I miss the most just the team aspect of everything. I think anyone really realizes when you're in it how important those connections are with the other girls on your team.
Obviously, like the big one is the people, that camaraderie that you have with your team, and like these girls that you learn how to work with, get along with.
Honestly, if it was an individual sport, I'd be gone in a second. But you rely on each other. Some days somebody's off and you're on, and it's your turn to carry them, and vice versa, and take your turns being the strong one and getting each other through it.
I think for me personally, the biggest thing that sticks out is my senior year. A boat was actually named after my dad because he had passed away. There was a lot of seniors my senior year all flew back to Montana to go to my dad's funeral. So to me, that holds a place in my heart.
It taught me that I'm capable of so much more. I was a farm girl. Getting on the rowing team was a dream come true. It taught me that I was capable of a lot.
I mean, I think it was everything. I mean, rowing brought me a lot of my close friendships. Rowing like set up my trajectory as like building my confidence in myself to like being a captain on the team. Like rowing informed most every part of my college experience.
It definitely taught me like the importance of just working hard and grinding. And I've been able to apply that to my life now, and to really hold myself to like a standard so that I can just be the person I want to be.
Sorry, she's gonna crash the interview here. Derek always asks us, she's like, why do you guys do this? He was like, are you masochists? Like, you guys just like to hurt? Because we talk about our hands bleeding. But it was just that sense of accomplishment after you finished a race or finished a workout, just how awesome that was. Kind of that self-confidence that, hey, I can do whatever I set my mind to, even if it might suck at the time. But after you get through that and learn how to work hard, how you can enjoy that success much better. One of the best things I loved about Bill and what resonated a lot with me was technique. It set us up just to be that much more efficient. And he wrote a lot of my recommendation letters too for chiropractic school. He kind of thought my weakest part was not knowing how good I could be. Bill was really good about trying to put you in the position to realize how good you could be.
Coach Bill taught grit. You just had to do it. There was no way around it. Don't strive for mediocre. Take the time to figure it out, get better, push. And I think that helped me a lot in my career. He knew if you didn't care, he called you out on it. And I think that kind of built us to learn the expectation and what to rely on each other for. Don't kind of just let somebody else slack off and kind of expect the same from each other.
Pasha was definitely a visionary. She was set on her vision for the team, and she did so much for the team and really shaped it into what it is today. She worked super hard on fundraising for new boats all the time and new facilities, and we wouldn't have a lot of the equipment that they have today without Pasha's dedication to that. We had so many walk-ons, but Pasha would see someone and she would think, what can you bring to the team? There's definitely something. She would believe in anyone who wanted to work hard.
I think she did a great job trying to balance everything that we as a team were trying to accomplish, and then us as like a program in the long run. I know she had a ton to do with trying to get a boathouse on campus, and then our boathouse at Vancouver Lake. We didn't have that my freshman year. It wouldn't have happened without her because she was so supportive of us.
In working with her, I think, especially as a coxswain, Pasha had such a care and a passion and a drive for this sport and this team. Working with Pasha, I think the best thing was our ability to sit down and just talk through everything that's been going on the team. I think that was really essential as a captain, to be able to sit down with her and feel heard in what the team is experiencing and what is working or what isn't working. I think she had a lot of drive to make the team the best it can be. And I think she really fought hard for the team to be recognized for how much work and how much effort like gets put into this sport.
Looking back, I'm really grateful for my time under Pasha. she took a huge chance recruiting me. Like when I first joined the team, I was nothing compared to when I left the team. She cared really deeply about each person on the team. And that, I think, added so much to my experience because I felt like I could come to her with even personal matters that were maybe affecting my performance or whatever it may be. And she would be there to listen. So I was really grateful for that. I am also equally as grateful for my time with Gulliver. Very different kind of situations, none better than the other, but with Gulliver, he really lit a fire under the team, and we were able to reach this whole new level that I don't even think really thought we were capable of. He just didn't take that at all. Like, he didn't take that as an answer. He was like, no, you can do it. And we did. The level that it's at is very impressive. And I do think it's because of his like can-do attitude that's just so contagious.
Last year, I had reached out to him because obviously the program means a lot to me and to my family. From my conversations with him, I really like him. I think he's a really good fit for where the program wants to go.
I really enjoyed being able to work with Gulliver, and he just provided new energy, hardworking guy. So it was great to like work under him and have him as a coach.
I would say the biggest piece of advice, just chill out. Like this 2K, like you feel a lot of pressure, you're really nervous, but that's just a lot of the time for me made my performance worse. It was the times when I went in knowing I've put in all this work. However I perform is based off of all of the work that I did this week or this semester, whatever it is. Like nothing I can do about it right now is going to change that. And I think once I started having that kind of attitude and not putting so much pressure on myself and just really enjoying the moment and enjoying that race or that piece or whatever it is, I loved the sport even so much more than I already did.
The more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. So go at it 100%. You know, you're going to do it anyway, so make the best of it. It's hard to go into it every day. It's early, practices are really hard, but it's so worth it to just have a good attitude, be there for your team, give as much as you can, and you will reap the benefits.
You can do a lot more than you think you can. It's surprising what you can achieve when you just set your goals a little bit higher.
Leaning on your team, your teammates are the people that know this reality of your life like better than anybody. And I think also just like big piece of advice is just giving yourself permission to rest. It's the only way you're going to be able to do all of the things that you do.
When you're always working to better yourself and you're competing against yourself in a good way, in a healthy way, right? It sets you up to be successful where you're not looking for that outside validation all the time. You can find that inner peace and satisfaction.
You don't realize how fast it goes. When it was all said and done, I was really sad to not be rowing anymore and not have that team aspect and not have those girls by my side.
There's one race, one of the girls was injured or sick and I'm having to race again. It was Pasha. She was just like, you should be so ecstatic to get to race again because it's one more time you get to sit in there and pull hard in the boat. And it was just kind of at the time I was like pissed off. I'm like, this sucks. Like I hurt. I'm sore already. I don't care. I'm like, but then thinking back almost 10 years now later, you're just like, yeah, I do miss, getting the boat and being able to race and just how fun it was to race against other girls.
All of a sudden you're in that last WCCs and you realize it's done. This is all I got. So don't really be afraid to try until you fail at practice. That's your time to kind of push it as hard as you can. You only have 4 years. You're not going to regret trying too hard.
For me, the biggest thing is just to take in every moment and the good and the bad, take it for what it's worth, and just realize how special it is to have that sort of connection with other people that all want the best for you and can all push you farther than you probably ever thought you could.
I'm really excited to see it grow. It would be awesome to see UP rowing get back on the river. The lake is amazing, but there's nothing like it to be rowing down the Willamette.
It's incredible to see how far the program has come and having those experiences that we all shared. It's incredibly exciting and I feel very proud of what the team's built. Every generation that passes leaves something behind on the team, and that's the only way it's been able to grow to where it's at. And that's really a cool thing to be a part of, is just being on a huge team. It's like 30 of us most of the time, and everybody cares so much. you can't really compare it to many other things.
I continue to be really excited for what is to come for this team, seeing how the team progresses beyond the years that I was there. I think it's always really exciting, and I really do wish the team all the best. I really look forward to seeing what this team continues to do and how they continue to grow.
Everything that we kind of thought was like, well, we deserve better than this, is all to kind of help the girls that come after us, because that's what's most important.
That whole boathouse dream, she like continued to fight for throughout her time at UP. So, I mean, that's amazing. Like, that could be said for Pasha too. That's really exciting that it's starting to happen. That's amazing.
Really? Finally. From when I was a freshman to just seeing now, the equipment the girls have, the facilities that we're having, going to have now, we finally have a place to like, this is our house that you're coming into, and this is where the legacy that we have built here.
Doing something that's incredibly painful and frustrating, but doing it for a reason, along with the people that you spend almost every waking minute with, and then having that come to fruition and seeing what it's built out. And that's a part of racing, like not even just racing, but just everything in general, the friendships that we've built. There's really no words that I can put to it. It's an amazing feeling, and I'm incredibly grateful that I got to experience it.